Hello YouTube. So it's been a while. I figured today I would focus on making a new to me drink called The Last Word. Here are the ingredients. So you have lime juice. You could use fresh squeeze, but I don't have time for that. I've found that Beefeater gin is one that I seem to appreciate the taste to. Luxardo is like a maraschino liqueur. And then the special ingredient is chartreuse. This is yellow chartreuse. It's a little bit less strong. Green chartreuse is the normal kind. And what's funny about this is this liqueur is, it's made by like French monks, and apparently there's 4 of them, and they've been making it since the 1600s with the ultra secret recipe. And when one of them dies, they have to whisper it in the ear of their replacement, and that's how it's been shared for all this time. And I just hope that, you know, if one of them's dying, they're not like delirious and on their deathbed, they say something like, the secret ingredient is pine salt. You know, you wouldn't want to drink it if that was the case. So anyways, I got my up glass, chilling with a little bit of ice, Boston shakers. The smaller one's got some ice. The big one is what I will build the cocktail in, and then we'll garnish it with a cherry. So the cool thing about this drink is it's all equal parts, right? So let's start with the lime juice. I'm gonna do 3/4 of an ounce. All right, there's lime juice. Gin is next. All right. Maraschino liqueur, which has an interesting bottle. It's really tall. It's hard to fit with all your other bottles if you don't have a lot of space. Chartreuse. Chartreuse has like a, seriously, it has to me a very piney kind of taste. All right, so I will drop in the ice, seal it. Give it a fairly good shake. And then what I'll do is I'll put the cherry at the bottom. So, oh, it's got a stem, which makes it easier to put in there. But I think this will give it some neat color. And hopefully this will not stick. You give it a little squeeze. That's what I've learned. It helps out. Okay. Here we go. Love the color here. You should probably double strain this, but it's gonna be okay for our purposes. And then if you look at the color, love it. The cherry at the bottom gives it that little, you know, dark red up to like a paler yellow. So cheers. Okay, well, I'm not sure why filming cut off for that just as I was taking a sip of the Last Word cocktail, but I figured I'd give you a little mini review of the way it tastes. But first, notice this is what I was talking about with Luxardo. The bottle is just a little too big for everything else that I've got in the bar there. But, you know, it's actually a pretty tasty cocktail. It's not too sweet. It's not overdone. It's not as immediately delicious like a lemon drop, which lemon drops are great, but then sometimes they're a little too sweet, a little too tasty, where you might want like a little bit more complexity. And that's where I think The Last Word is pretty good, because it has obviously the lime juice is giving it some tartness, the cherry flavor from the Luxardo as well, but then I think the sweetness from the Luxardo kind of balances that out. And then you can taste a little hint of the botanicals from the gin, and then the chartreuse. I don't think I would want to take a shot of it straight. It's a little too powerful of an herbal kind of liqueur for my taste. And this is with the yellow chartreuse and not the green, which I think is a little bit more powerful of a flavor. But mixed together, it really seems to bring out and balance all of the different flavors. So for example, I think from the chartreuse and from the lime juice, you're getting a little bit of a citrusy flavor, just a little hint of ginger, in my opinion. You can taste a little bit of the botanicals from the gin, but not really the alcohol taste. And then I think the maraschino liqueur sort of blends it all together and gives it a little bit of sweetness, just to counterbalance the tartness of the other flavors, but not really making it sweet. And then I kind of detected like a little teeny tiny bit of a floral note like I would get if I'm having a cocktail that's got vermouth in it, but nowhere near that strong. I personally don't really care for that flavor if it's in abundance, but just a little hint of it I thought gave the drink a little bit of complexity. At the very least, I would say it was an interesting and pleasant drink, but beyond that, I think it's quite a good and complex flavor. I think I would definitely order that if I went out and was trying different drinks. So yeah, why don't you try it, make it yourself, and let me know what you think. But I think it's pretty good. Good one to add to the collective. Thanks for watching. Bye.